to all the Libras out there. Thank you for coming to watch the video. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Ashley Cheltenham. Ever since I was a little boy, I was always interested in astrology um, and music. I was very passionate about them. I've taken them very seriously throughout life. I found that they've always been consistent with helping me develop and become a better person. So they've helped me through the good and the bad. Um, I'm on this journey through life, and knowing how hard life can be, I thought I should really impart the knowledge that I have to help others, especially music artists, as music fuels my passion for astrology, and vice versa. Um, I've put together a series of videos for each sign so that each sign can learn more about themselves and grow and achieve and become more of an artist and a better individual. So yeah, I'll tell you about a brief description about what I know about your sign, and then I'll take you through your positive traits, your negative traits, and then I'll round it up with a little something for you to do for the month ahead. I've been saying homework, but I should really stop saying homework because I don't think anyone likes to hear that. But it's all for the benefit of you becoming a better person and achieving your highest potential and success. So, Libras, people born under your sign are kind, gentle, lovers of beauty, harmony, and peace. Um, However, in your effort to keep everyone happy, you find it very difficult to say no to anyone. And as a result, you end up getting stressed. Um, you have a lot of positive traits, but some negative ones too, obviously. So I'll take you through some of your positive ones. One of them is that you're very tactile. Um, Libra born natives are experts at getting things done. You cannot be called cunning. That wouldn't be true because you're not. There's a difference between being tactile and cunning. Um, you are too good to exploit the emotions of other people by far. That it's never in your heart, your mind, or your soul to exploit anyone's emotions or anything from anyone. Just the word exploit to you is probably something that it's like it probably leaves an awful taste in your mouth to even say it. Um, that's not who you are. You're very tactile. You know, you like to get things done. Not only do you like to get things done, you're good at getting things done. You're an expert at it. You spend your time um, working out and strategizing and being tactile about how to fix things and how to make things better and how to get things out of the way so you don't have to deal with them, and how to make it easier for you and for others around you. You definitely need to incorporate that into your career for sure, and never forget that about yourself, because being in the industry, laziness is not respected. Laziness is not going to get you what you want. Laziness and not getting things done and putting things off is not going to get you where you want to be. Um, and you know that your failure is not really an option for you. You don't even consider it. So what you want to do is make sure that you get things done. So it's a good thing that you have that about yourself. Excuse me. Never apologize for being tactile or for getting things done. And anybody who has a problem with you doing what you feel is necessary and has to be done is somebody that you need to have a conversation with about them allowing you space to do what you need to do, um, and allowing a certain respect level to be had for you and for what you need to do. Because ultimately, anybody that's around you, if they find that you're working too hard or you're getting things done, and they have a problem with it, then they need to relax, because ultimately being around you, whatever you're doing it for your loved ones anyway. So just sit down, have a conversation with them about it, and hopefully it leads to to better things. You're also very romantic. Your ruling planet is Venus, which I'm not going to talk too much about in this video because I don't want it to be like information overload. Like this guy's talking about videos, in videos he's talking about Venus and planets, and I don't want it to be like that. So um, I'll just give you a little rundown on your romantic side. And you're extremely romantic. Whatever you do in life is driven by your feelings of love, which we was just talking about. Um, you know, just being a romantic is definitely something that people are going to love about your music. It's definitely something that people are going to respect about your art in general, because if there's one thing that's universal, it's love and it's romance. There will always be a market for love songs, films about love, books about love, whatever it is that you as an artist wants to do. Being that romantic and being able to view romance in such in the way that everybody else wants to have it is definitely one of your positive qualities, and strengths in life. So make sure you don't shy away from being that romantic person and incorporating that in your art, however it is, whether it's singing, writing, um, acting, whatever it is. Always incorporate your romance into your work because it's exactly who you are, and it's a genuine thing about you. People are not gonna connect with you if you're not being genuine and you're not being who you are. So you should definitely work on learning more about your romantic side and how you can incorporate that into your work, because that will get you a lot of fans. Um, you're also very charming, which is a wonderful thing to be. Um, you you have a very pleasing manner of talking, and also choose pleasant subjects to talk about, which makes people feel happy in your company. Um, you need that in the industry because, again, the industry is run by relationships, and you can get very far just by people talking about their experience with being around you and knowing you as an individual. So being able to be charming and being able to make people feel at ease in your company is definitely something that, again, will help propel you to climb that ladder of success, because people will help you get there just based on the fact that you make them feel nice, and they'll want the best for you. Um, Anybody who doesn't have anything nice to say about you is probably just very uncomfortable and insecure in themselves about how you make people feel around them and what they're probably not capable of doing or can't do to the extent that you can. So just continue being charming. Don't let anyone get you down from telling you that you're not charming or that you're not a nice person, because that would be lies. You are nice and you do things that you do out of love and for everybody that you love around you. And your fans will definitely love that about you, because you're going to always communicate with them, you're always going to interact with them, and they're going to respect you a lot more for that. There's a lot of people that don't pay attention to their fans and aren't nice to them or give them what they should have for supporting them. So you should always incorporate that into your career once again. Um, you're just. That's another thing that people will always love about you. You have a strong sense of justice and fair play. You may skillfully find your way out, but you will never resort to cunning methods to get what you want. Um, that's another quality that people around you in your workspace will respect about you, because you're always there to help anybody that needs help, and you would never not help. If you're not going to help someone, you have a fair reason for it. Excuse me, and you're just in your right for not helping that person, because ultimately we know that if you are going to help somebody, you know that genuinely that person needs help, and even if you don't feel that person deserves help, 9 times out of 10 you'll still help them anyway, because you just won't be able to sleep at night. So it's a good thing to be able to incorporate that into your career, because obviously you don't want to be in the industry and not have people around you that that you're not going to be fair to, and you're not going to be nice to. People are going to call you their friend based on the fact that the qualities that you have, and it's good to have friends, because the music industry is going to be a tough place. It's a tough place for every artist in there right now. I mean, it's hard to get into one, and it's even harder to stay in two. So having friends and creating a nice balance or a nice circle of people around you, based on you just being just and knowing all about fair play and skillfully getting your way out of any situation that is not necessary for you or for someone around you, is definitely something that, again, you need to incorporate, and don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't. um, you're diplomatic. You're well known for your diplomatic skills and have the ability to listen to differing points of view with a great deal of patience. The music industry is definitely going to test your patience. People in the music industry are going to test your patience. People around the music industry are going to test your patience. Even your family and friends are going to test your patience when you enter into that field of work. Um, so being diplomatic and being able to just, express your point of view and listen to everybody else is definitely going to be something that you're going to have to use a lot more of once you enter into that field. Because ultimately you don't want to let fame or anything get to your head, and people will always try to keep you grounded as an individual. People that love you and care for you, they will always do that. So being diplomatic and being able to listen to different points of opinion with a great deal of patience is something that is going to help propel you and keep you, allow you to have longevity in your career, because the people that you started off with will always try to help give their opinion, and their opinion won't be too negative. If it is, then you're more than likely dealing with ego and not necessarily from a place of love. But yeah, still continue to be the diplomatic person, even though it can wear you down at times. Continue to be diplomatic and deal with things the best way you can by being patient and listening to people. You're very balanced. I mean, you Libras can go from two extremes of being very balanced to being very unbalanced. But a balanced Libra will never go to extremes, and will mostly choose the middle path in order to please everyone around them, whatever the issues may be. And that's an amazing thing to have, because obviously in the music industry you're going to have loads of people telling you to do one thing while others are telling you to do it next, and you've also got your own opinion and value and morals to take into consideration with all of that. And I mean, ultimately, what we can all learn from you Libras is being able to balance things out and take everything into consideration and find the best possible route without being too selfish or selfless or anything that's not the middle road, the middle ground, for pleasing ourselves and for pleasing people. So that's another amazing thing. You're going to need to keep that going, keep that strong. That's going to be when times are tough or things are stressing you out. Just remember that you do have that about you. You can balance, and you can, yeah, stay in the middle of things and choose a middle path where everyone is happy. Um, if anyone's not happy, then again, you're probably dealing with ego, and there's a certain amount of ego that you should have to deal with before you realize that you're being taken advantage of, or you're doing too much for that particular individual or group of people around you. So again, don't let anyone try to knock you off balance. Um, they'll be able, people will keep you balanced if they can compromise with you, because that's what you do for everybody that you love. Somewhere along the line, you have or know that you would do for them if that situation ever arises. So yeah, those are your positives. I'm going to tell you about your negatives. The only reason I'm talking about negatives is because negatives allow us as individuals to know exactly who we are. You don't want to enter into the music industry or be part of any kind of industry or just around people in general, not knowing who you are and how you're, how much better you can be as a person. Um, Negatives also allow you to work on your strengths and your weaknesses. You don't want to be doing something and then making mistakes that you're not consciously aware of. So that's why I'm going to talk about negatives. So it's not about coming down on you or trying to bash you as a person. It's nothing like that. It's just about letting you know as an individual what will stop you from becoming successful in your career. One of them is that you can be very superficial. A Libra born person can easily get carried away by outer beauty to the extent that they ignore the beautiful inner qualities of other people. Um, yeah, you can do that at times, Libras. There's absolutely nothing wrong with liking what you like, but obviously inner qualities are just as important as outer qualities. And you know, when it comes to working in the music industry, there is a lot of this emphasis on the beautiful outer qualities of an individual and not so much of a respect put on the beautiful inner qualities of an individual. Um, and you being a balanced and fair person, you don't want to go down the path of being too superficial, because ultimately a lot of your power will come from you choosing the right kind of balance of inner and outer in anything, in any kind of situation. So you don't ever forget that. Don't get caught up by being too superficial, because that is gonna push people away, and ultimately you want to reach as many people, you want to get along with as many people as possible. So try not to get superficial with people. Um, you can also become quite detached. Libras are firm and strong, but they can also be detached and pretend to be pleasant sometimes, as they don't wish to displease anyone. And to me, it's like in the music industry, you should be as honest as possible, because being detached is, it's unbalancing for you. You don't need to be detached from emotions, because emotions are what's gonna help you to sing the song the way you want to sing it, or write the song the way you want it to be written, or just to work with the necessary people that you want to work with. You don't want to be detached from emotion. You want to be balanced, you want to be fair, you want to be just, you want to be correct in what you're feeling, without any kind of un, unbiased feeling that's making you feel that you have to be detached and pretend to be pleasant, when ultimately you should just really express how you feel, because expression is what's made you an artist. So don't detach yourself from the gift that you've been given. You've been given the gift of expression, whether that is, like I said, through music, or dance, or writing, or producing a beat. You like to express, so you should always express what you feel whenever you feel to express it. As long as it doesn't, you don't have to express it there and then, as soon as you feel it, but don't allow yourself to become detached from any given person or situation. Just learn how to handle it accordingly and find the balance. Because, like I said, being detached is gonna it's gonna stop you from harnessing your creative juices. Um, Libras can be unreliable sometimes. I know a lot of you right now are saying, "What? Me? Unreliable? No." But yeah, you can be unreliable. You can easily be influenced by views of other people, and you can be prone to change in your mind. Um, it can them kind of things make you unreliable to people around you, because um, just because sometimes you try your best to please everyone, you're taking every bit of information you're given into account to make the best possible um, balance. uh, you don't just strike the perfect balance straight away. Yeah, so you have to go up and down and back and forth before you get to that right balance. And to the outside person viewing your reactions or actions or motivations, they can see that as being unreliable, because you are going back and forth or up and down just to get to the right balance. And you know, when people give you information, that's bound to happen. It's who you are as a person. No one's saying that you're unreliable in the sense of they can never come to you for help when they need it. It's not that kind of unreliability. It's more to do with the fact that, like I said, it's the back and forth and the up and down in order to for you to get to the right balance. Yeah, so work on that as well, because in the industry, you you want to be pretty focused. You want to be pretty sure of what you're doing, and you don't want to get new information that can sway your judgment and knock you off balance. You want to know where you stand with everyone that you're working with all the time, because being called unreliable in an industry full of hungry people that are trying to get where they need to be, nobody wants to work with the unreliable person, and that will taint your image. You really don't want that. Um, you can also be a little bit too laid back. The scales, Libras out there. Um, though you're mostly energetic, you can sometimes be lazy and tend to take things too easy. It is not physical laziness per se, but you wish to avoid any kind of stress or emotional challenges. So that allows you to be laid back. And, that can be a good thing in the industry, because you don't always want to be, butting heads with people. But you also don't want to be a doormat to anyone. Um, when you know in yourself what's correct, you know what is right, what's fair, and what's just. So if anybody is trying to bring stress or emotional challenges to your life, address them head on, express yourself head on, do what you have to do, say what you have to say, because, like I said, you don't want to become detached, and you don't want to be branded with labels that are not necessarily you, because you're trying to avoid stress and emotional challenges. Because it can also be indecisive. One of the most difficult things for a Libra is to take a decision, and when faced with a choice, it's very tough for you to select what is best for you, which can become a big hurdle in your path. Um, when it comes to being indecisive, that's who you are. A lot of you are going to struggle to not be indecisive. Um, this is why you should incorporate astrology into your life, and pretty much find out who is compatible with you in the zodiac. Like Aries, for instance, they're very decisive people. They're your opposite sign. They can help you make decisions quicker. They can help you find that balance of knowing when to be quick and when to take your time and weigh up your options. Um, so being in the industry, you don't want to be too indecisive, because you can miss out on opportunities by not being able to jump at them and take them straight away and hoping for the best. So yeah, work on your indecisiveness. You can also be self-indulgent, Libra, because you have a strong desire for material comforts, you know, nice clothes, nice shoes, nice food, nice drinks, nice company, nice surroundings. Um, you tend to waste a lot of money in unnecessary luxuries, and you don't need to do that too much. You know, you don't want to be a artist that goes bankrupt in the first year. You don't want to spend to live beyond your means. Try and have a good relationship with money, because you know money is a very powerful thing, and it can help you with your success, or it can just wipe out your success completely, and you don't really want that to happen. So just be careful and take your time with that, and try to find a good relationship with money where you can not live beyond your means, and not have the most expensive material gifts that are actually going to bankrupt you. So just work on that as well for the time being, and see if you can have try to have a good relationship with money. Most of you are good with money anyway and have a good relationship with it, but for those of you that don't, work on it, because like I said, you don't want to be a bankrupt artist, and you don't want to crash and burn before you've even done half of the things you hope to accomplish. So those are your negative traits, Libras out there. Um, what I want you guys to do is I want you to find an astrologer. I personally use Nadia Shaw. I think she's an excellent astrologer. She delivers the message to me exactly how I like it to be delivered, which makes me more comfortable learning about what's ahead. Sorry, and stuff like that. So find an astrologer. I would also like you to research Libra musicians, and see how you can incorporate some of what they've done and how they've done it, and what their life has been like, their strengths and weaknesses, and see what you can incorporate into your life. Watch this video back, make some points to yourself, see what you can work on, or what you need to work on and what you don't need to work on. I'll be back with another video in like a month's time, where we'll talk more about you and what you've done, and what you can do and what you can achieve in your lifetime. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day and a blessed month ahead. Thank you again, and take care. And also be indecisive. One of the most difficult things for a Libra is to take a decision, and when faced with a choice, it's very tough for you to select what is best for you, which can become a big hurdle in your path. When it comes to being indecisive, that's who you are. A lot of you are going to struggle to not be indecisive. This is why you should incorporate astrology into your life, and pretty much find out who is compatible with you in the zodiac. Like Aries, for instance, they're very decisive people. They're your opposite sign. They can help you make decisions quicker. They can help you find that balance of knowing when to be quick and when to take your time and weigh up your options. So being in the industry, you know, you don't want to be too indecisive, because you can miss out on opportunities by not being able to jump at them and take them straight away and hoping for the best. So yeah, work on your indecisiveness. You can also be self-indulgent, Libra, because you have a strong desire for material comforts, you know, nice clothes, nice shoes, nice food, nice drinks, nice company, nice surroundings. You tend to waste a lot of money in unnecessary luxuries, and you don't need to do that too much. You know, you don't want to be a artist that goes bankrupt in the first year. You don't want to spend to live beyond your means. try and have a good relationship with money, because you know money is a very powerful thing, and it can help you with your success, or it can just wipe out your success completely, and you don't really want that to happen. So just be careful and take your time with that, and try to find a good relationship with money where you can not live beyond your means, and not have the most expensive material gifts that are actually going to bankrupt you. So just work on that as well for the time being, and see if you can have try to have a good relationship with money. Most of you are good with money anyway, and have a good relationship with it. But for those of you that don't, work on it, because like I said, you don't want to be a bankrupt artist, and you don't want to crash and burn, before you've even done half of the things you hope to accomplish. So those are your negative traits, Libras out there. Um, what I want you guys to do is I want you to find an astrologer. I personally use Nadia Shaw. I think she's an excellent astrologer. She delivers the message to me exactly how I like it to be delivered, which makes me more comfortable learning about what's ahead. Sorry, and stuff like that. So find an astrologer. I would also like you to research Libra music, Libra musicians, and see how you can incorporate some of what they've done and how they've done it, and what their life has been like, their strengths and weaknesses, and see what you can incorporate into your life. Watch this video back, make some points to yourself, see what you can work on, or what you need to work on and what you don't need to work on. I'll be back with another video in like a month's time, where we'll talk more about you and what you've done, and what you can do and what you can achieve in your lifetime. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day and a blessed month ahead. Thank you again, and take care.